So the formation we're using with this team is a 4-2-4, which is 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 4 attackers. And basically, each attacker is given the freedom to roam. The fullbacks and the defense are allowed to push forward, attack, and there's one central defensive midfielder, which here is Frankie De Jong. He acts as a pivot, and the other is an attacking midfielder, which is either Philip Coutinho or James Rodriguez. So basically, what the team is supposed to do is pass wide, do a little bit of wide passing, bring the ball inside, rotate the ball around. You can see here Frankie De Jong is passing the ball out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then as you can see, Alexander-Arnold passes the ball inside, and Werner, who's actually a striker, is kind of in the midfield. That's his free roam, and a little bit of center passing and wide passing leads to this amazing chance to Philip Coutinho. Here we have a much better example of the ideology we've been talking about and how each player moves depending on the positioning of the other players. So you can see how Riyad Mahrez and Trent Alexander-Arnold are switching positions from fullback and wing. And yeah, so we're just constantly playing the ball around, keeping a lot of possession, going wide, coming to the center, and this wonderful through ball and this wonderful run leads to a goal from Timo Werner. Here's another example of the classic attacking our team would do. We start the game again with possession, passing the ball backwards, forwards, sideways, passing to the center, and here we take it wide. One thing you'll notice throughout this video, and is a concept we'll touch on later, is how Frankie De Jong acts as a pivot, and I'll show an example in this clip too. Here we have a free kick, and instead of crossing or shooting, we would rather pass the ball here, and Coutinho passes the ball in to Frankie De Jong, again who's acting as a pivot. He's always there for a backwards pass, keeping the possession in check, kind of always recycling the possession. Um, Passing the ball opens new lanes for us, and here we are keeping the ball in a really tight area. There's kind of a hustle, but we keep the ball. Coutinho lets Alexander Arnold off the hook, and he scores a magnificent goal. This clip here will continue with the attack we've been talking about. It shows two great examples, and it will also show a good example of how Frankie De Jong acts as a pivot, how he constantly recycles position, and he's the only one who kind of keeps the shape of the team. Here we're attacking, there's a little bit of wide passing, we lose possession, but we always apply high pressure, which is another aspect of attacking. Timo Werner wins the ball back, and as you can see here, Frankie De Jong is here to keep the possession. We're attacking, there's a good wide pass, Jadon Sancho cuts in, and there's a great set to deny Philip Coutinho from scoring the goal. We have a corner, and this time we're going to cross the ball in just to provide a different angle to attack. We do, Jano Black pushes it out, and here you see Frankie de Jong as a great pivot, keeping the possession with us and allowing the other players to kind of get in a team shape so they can play the ball around. We play the ball wide, and we unfortunately lose it. We get a throw, which is not so bad. And this time Trent Alexander-Arnold has the ball. He loses it, but we apply high pressure, which allows us to attack instantly, and Riyad Mahrez spots Timo Werner, who's not going to miss that chance. This clip is my personal favorite since it demonstrates everything a Cruyffian modern team would do. We start out from the back. There is passing with wide passing, passing to the center, backwards, forwards, and you can see Frankie De Jong acting as a pivot. Our midfield's passing wonderfully, not letting the ball away. Short passes. We play back when we need to, not just attacking blindly. Here we are going to recycle the possession. From our defense playing out from the back again, and De Jong acts as a transition from the defense to the attack, and all the players' positioning is impeccable. And here you see Riyad Mahrez scores the goal as a striker when he's supposed to be a right winger. So that's everything in one clip. Here we start out from a throw in, and as you can see again, Frankie De Jong is in his position acting as a pivot. You'll learn more about that in the next clip. Here we're keeping possession, passing the ball through the center mostly. Philip Coutinho passes the ball back to Nicolas Sula to recycle the possession, and with a couple of through balls and a little bit of dribbling here from Riyad Mahrez, we're able to get the ball to Philip Coutinho, who bangs the ball in the back of the net. This clip here is the best example of how Frankie De Jong acts as a pivot. So first of all, let me give a brief description of what he does in such a role. The thing he does is his position stays the same, unlike the rest of the team, and he's just behind the attacking players to keep control of the possession. In case someone needs to pass and they don't have any option, they can always give it back to Frankie De Jong, who can then recycle the possession. Here, you can see how he does that, and as a result of him keeping possession for the team, a great chance is created for Alphonso Davies, who crosses in the ball, but it's tipped over the net by Jano Black. Well, that leads to a corner, and we have James Rodriguez taking the corner. It's pushed away by Shano Black, and as you can see, we pass it back. The team passes it back to Frankie De Jong since there's no one else to pass to. He pushes the ball forward, brings it into the attacking players, acts as that transition, and again, you can see he's very essential to the team for keeping possession. You should always have a player like that, and he because of that he has an assist for James Rodriguez, and I'm just going to leave you to this goal, which is just mind blowing. Up till now, you saw all the strengths of this team, but just like every team, this one also has its weaknesses. We started quite strong with good positioning and good possession, keeping the ball to ourselves. But when we're attacking, in all the clips until now, when we're attacking, we're leaving the defense wide open because all the fullbacks are moving forward, and we don't have a lot of defensive cover. So here, when Trent Alexander-Arnold gives the ball away to Neymar, the opposition team can counter-attack really well. Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar together get the ball to our box, to our goal box in a few seconds, and Cristiano Ronaldo just isn't gonna miss from there. Here's another example of a team being counter-attacked by the opposition. We start strong again with good possession. Alfonso Davies dribbles in towards the defense, applying pressure on the opposition. But here, in a little bit of shambles, we give the ball away, and then Kevin De Bruyne and Toni Kroos start the counter-attack, with De Bruyne giving a wonderful lofted pass to Neymar Jr., who dribbles in magnificently, and there's a good cross to Cristiano Ronaldo, again with a wonderful header. A great team should be flexible in its way of attacking. Of course, the main method of attacking is possession, but we too can counter attack. This is a great example of counter attack between both the teams, and here in a few touches, in a few passes, we're in the opposition's third, and there is a good chance created by James Rodriguez, but unfortunately, Jadon Sancho and Alfonso Davies are not able to keep the ball. Paul Pogba takes it away. And as you can see again, a weakness comes into play here as Paul Pogba and Neymar Jr. start a counter attack. And again, even they too, in a few passes, are in our half and now in our third. So, one of the major disadvantages here is when we start attacking, as I've explained before, we leave a lot of gaps open. And here Alfonso Davies wins the ball back again, and we can start a counter attack again. Um, that also works well in a few touches. Again, in a few passes, we will be in the opposition's half. And Usman Dembele wins us Jadon Sancho actually, sorry, wins us a great free kick. And as you can see, as you'll be seeing, actually, this free kick leads to a good chance. And as usual, we start by passing the ball instead of crossing it in. Um, there's a few substitutions, and this passing, center passing, and a little bit of wide passing leads to this fantastic volley by Timo Werner and a wonderful goal. Sancho. This clip would be the best example of how our team can counter-attack. Here the opposition has the ball and they're attacking really well, and Neymar lets Jordi Alba off the hook, and he's really pacey. He's bombarding through defense, and fortunately Nicolas Sule intercepts the ball. And you can see in a few passes, literally just 5 passes, our team is able to counter-attack. The ball to Timo Werner, who lays it on a silver plate for Philippe Coutinho to score a goal. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned how Johan Cruyff's tactics and footballing ideologies could be applied in modern football.